Hi everybody, this is Miraclexistetarot channel, and I will give an intuitive message. This is not a tarot reading, so if you don't like intuitive messages, blackout messages, you just leave this video out. Right, okay, I don't know how to start this. I go to download. This is, most of the time it's for divine feminine, but I can see divine masculine also in danger. And I need to talk about this because it's a kind of taboo today. And lots of divine people get scared, okay? You need to understand that. Where shall I start? Well, it's been many years that there is it's a kind of Luciferian movement who is really getting more and more people, humans involved in this movement. There are lots of Satanist church included in this, and also covenants. Okay, I do not want you to mix up these dark people with divine people, because they exist, shamans, witches, wizards, even alchemists who are divine. Okay, I do not want you to think that every witches, every shaman, every alchemist, every wizards are evil, because this is not true. Okay, but unfortunately, this movement is obtaining more and more dark occult people, and as divine people are awakening everywhere in the world, and the light is getting brighter, unfortunately the dark side is getting stronger also. And the download I got is there is a community who a community, I think it's like a little city or a village. There is a group of people who play witches, got involved in a kind of network of this Luciferian movement, different kind of secret society or covenant or whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. But what's happening is people take it as a game at first, okay? So what do these dark forces drug people in these shitty covenants and shitty societies? It's usually money, power, and sex. And when people get involved in this shit, there's usually, when they wake up and realize what's going on, it's too late, they can't get out, or it's really difficult, they have to really go through horrible things to be able to get out, and most of the time, unfortunately, it's impossible. You need to know this movement, usually, well, these are usually dark witches, so they use kind of occult, esoteric, energetic manipulation to sacrifice people spiritually. Well, until it's happened, the 3D, excuse me, the photo is moving. So until it's happened on a spiritual level, unfortunately, the 3D police, the justice system can't get involved. But throughout the history, throughout the human history, we can see many cultures where occultism was really, well, a kind of religion, that they were animal sacrifices, even human sacrifices, because blood represents human DNA, and human DNA in esoteric energetic manipulations has a huge power. Okay, dark occult people can use human DNA to perform powerful manipulations etheric, energetic, esoteric manipulations, and it practically makes people crazy, power crazy. So the problem is that after these humans commit one ritual like that, after the second, third, 10th, after a while they become immune to the what are they really doing that is really a crime. And I think police really needs to, what I could see in this community, the police found many bodies, and they don't know really what's happened. They think some crazy people did that. Sometimes police needs to understand they need to work with mediums or occult people, because if they don't understand what is going on, they won't be able to advance with this investigation. And sometimes they can't even understand that there is a serial killer who's doing this, and what motive and why all these things happening. Because if they would understand, they could find the criminals much faster, and they will have them done much faster. The problem is that there is some people in a police in this community, or is this village or little city, is paid to close their eyes when there is a problem coming like that. If they find a body like that, usually the case is closed, like unsolved. When in reality, if they really open their eyes, they should see what's going on. And I have the impression that this police station or this group of police is under internal investigations, because there are so many complaints and has been done against them, and also people press charges against these police stations so many times that the superiors are doing a kind of investigations, and they found many cases like this that they are very similar. So even an idiot police can see that there is a serial killer is in the city who's doing this, but they did nothing at all. And the download I got is this group of Luciferian people want to sacrifice. Some of you it's a divine feminine, some of you it's a divine masculine. And it's been years they're trying to do that, and they can't manage, because these divine people push through the dark night of the soul, and they just can't manage to do it, okay? And they really pissed off, and now they can see that these divine people are really going out and doing what they were called to do, and they don't want that, because it caused many people to wake up and learn about their secrets so they could avoid them. They do not want people to know about energy harvesting. They do not want people to know about these people who can steal their destiny or their gifts, how they can protect themselves. They do not want people to know about spiritual baths. They do not want people to know about smudging and crystals and all these things that usually shamans and white witches who wants to heal and teach people, they are educating people how to protect themselves from dark forces like that. And these Luciferian dark people do not want people to know about this. They want average people to be afraid of all witches, all occult person, because when somebody is afraid of them, it put them in a low vibrational state. And when they get into a low vibrational state, they are extremely vulnerable spiritually. And after, it's really easy to push them down, to lose everything, to be homeless, to be isolated. And when it's happened, it's very, very easy to kidnap and sacrifice people like that, divine people like that. This is a typical technique of these Luciferian people. This is really heavy energy I talk about, but I have to put this out because there are so many divine people could be in danger. And also, if the police is listening to me, they need to understand what is going on really and who is really the nasty one. Because sometimes these Luciferian people turn heavy proofs against those who's actually spiritual people. They might be witches, they might be shamans, but on a light side, and trying to fight these people. And at the end, the police attacks these light beings, the divine feminine and divine masculine, instead of focusing on these dark people who's doing these dark rituals. And I think this is something that becomes more and more important in Western countries also. And when you really discuss with procureurs and investigators, you know that the ritual sacrifices caused the death caused by ritual sacrifices in every country. These murders are more and more number. They come out more and more. Okay, so you can't say that this is in India, this is in Asia, this is in Africa, and it does not touch Western countries. It's not true. Unfortunately, this is a reality. And when I talk to spiritual workers, these are spiritual workers who has ancestors and originated in Africa. So they use a kind of witchcraft that normally they protect people, of course. But they are many Western Caucasian people, especially women, who looking out for them to pay for rituals, to kill somebody, to destroy somebody, to make somebody sick, to kill somebody's children. So that there is really so many Western people who has so evil intention, and they want to hide in a background and use spiritual workers. And sometimes they offer so much money that some spiritual worker who has financial difficulties might fall for it. And let's be honest, some spiritual workers are on the dark side, so they do this kind of work, unfortunately. And today you can find this everywhere in Western country, in Europe, in America, in Canada, in everywhere practically. And until there is no proof, until there is no physical murder that's happening on a free day, police can't get involved, okay? The problem is that this Luciferic movement, the sacrifice has to be real. The sacrifice has to be a bloodshed. And for that they need, they start with animals, and usually they finish with human beings. And after they usually try to hide a body, but hopefully everywhere there is a police, they find it. And honestly, I believe these angels and spiritual light beings are doing everything that these murders come out on a free day, so the police can find these people. And as divine beings, we have to listen to our spiritual guides and pray for or do ritual for this, that the police could be supported by proofs, and these horrible murders would come out. They won't be secret, but they would come out. And we need to understand that what is in my heart that is really hard to carry as an empath, that all these children, all these people who disappear and they never find them, you know. And most of them goes down on this dark side. And I really, really wish that the police could develop or get on that level that they could trace these people down, these covenants down, because this is horrible dark shit. And you can imagine, they sometimes on places that you can't even imagine. Maybe it's your neighbor who's doing it. Maybe it's somebody in your street and your child is walking around them every day. And you don't even know how dangerous is your city or your village. That if you would know, you just could pack yourself and move away with your kids from there. And you know, I really, really want that the police would understand this and learn about this and would recognize the signs. And when they have knowledge about it, it's really easy to find the roots, find these covenants, find these Satanist churches, and to get them all in prison, because that's where they belong to. Because these are criminals, simple murderers. And this is unhuman. Unhuman when even, you know, even when they sacrifice as animals, that is horrible already. But when they do it with human and children, that is, that those people has no soul. Do you understand? And I just, well, you need to understand these people. What spirit show me what's happening. They get into this covenant, and they are certain priestess and priest who are dark. They practically unalive them, unalive their soul, and after they practically steal their soul. So these human beings transform, and they won't have any soul anymore. So they won't feel anything. So that's why they go into this murderer, criminal shit. And the police need to understand these people are extremely dangerous, because they will put their tie on, their business suit. They go out, they look like normal human beings, and they have their business. They even, some of them teach in schools. They even go and I even see somebody who is a heart surgeon. Who is going on these covenants, on these rituals. And the police need to understand these people can be anywhere, even the police. And these people practically has no human soul anymore, because they are unalived. And this is horrible. This is really, really horrible. And what I can see that many divine feminine, and actually I can feel very strong that divine feminine energy, but it can be divine masculine also, who is in danger. And you need to understand that if these people who get into this covenant or this shit, they don't deliver what they have to, it's them who will be sacrificed. Or they have some stuff, they blackmailing them. So even if people would wake up in this occult shit, their human feeling would wake up that they can't do this, that is horrible. They incapable to get out. They have to do it, because if not, maybe it's their children who will be sacrificed or themselves. So they put a huge pressure on them. This is really disgusting, and I'm telling you, if the police manage to put at least a group like that behind bars, they can save many, many lives. Because unfortunately, this is something that won't stop. They will go on and on and on and on. And I really, really hope, because I saw spiritually, a spirit show me that there was a forest and there were some people who were walking their dogs, and a dog dug up a body. And after they called the police, and the police started an investigation. But unfortunately, in a group of police who were investigating, there was somebody who was paid by these people from this covenant, and this investigation stopped. So I really do hope there are police out there who's really doing seriously their job, and somebody will reopen this case, and I will work on this, because this is somebody, they found the body of somebody who was a victim of this kind of ritual. And I'm telling you, in that village or in that city, there is more and more murder is committed. Usually, as I read about this, usually it's around new moon or full moon, but especially new moon, they're doing this kind of shitty sacrifices, and police should not know about this, okay? When you are a spiritual worker, usually a new moon energy we use to manifest, okay? To start a new phase in our life. Only dark witches who use it to do different kind of rituals that is dark and that destroys people. And usually light workers do not touch anything else, new moon, but manifestations and protections. So you need to watch out when you are divine feminine, divine masculine, because these shitty people can be around you, new moon or full moon. Especially now, Capricorn new moon has his energy out for more than 2 days. Now more than 2 days, so it's almost 10 days. The energy is there, and this is really horrible when dark people use such a wonderful energies for dark shit like that. And I just, you know what, I don't understand these people. They don't need to do this, because only things they need to know is just learn about the law of attraction, work on themselves, heal themselves, and they will have money, they will have sex, they will have power. They can have all that on the light side also. They don't need to go on a dark side. And this is a deception of the dark forces, the negative energies in human lives. And this is horrible, because they don't need to do it. And this is what exactly this group of people wants to do. So they do rituals. They find a divine being, and they do rituals deliberately, so that divine being will be in a situation extremely desperate. So they think there is no other way than to join and covenant like that. And this is a deception. It's a fucking deception. So when you are divine feminine, divine masculine, yes, walk in love, walk in high vibration. You have a huge protection, but be aware. Just be aware. How shall I put that? Make sure that when you get in your car, just be aware your surrounding. Check your car regularly out, that your car is fine. When you drive, just watch out for every strange situation, you know, because, well, in the US there is a movement about kidnapping, And these movement teaching children how to prepare if somebody wants to kidnap them. You can search for it on internet. They have really, really good ideas. You should check it out, Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, and just learn about it. I'm not saying, I know that the law of attraction, if you think about this, that's what you will bring in. But if you went through the dark night of the soul and you have a fight with covenant and witches like that, at least just be alert of it. I'm not saying to be afraid and create something that should not happen in your life, but don't be silly, okay? And here what I can see that, yes, your spiritual team is working on blocking these people. This covenant actually bombarded by really bad karma. There are horrible things happening to them, and they instead of stopping what they're doing, no, they more and more raged against Divine Feminine, and they more and more wants to destroy Divine Feminine. And this is the situation when this covenant actually make their karma much worse, but they give a shit because they think they can handle this. If they will have the blood of Divine Feminine, they will obtain some abundance or whatever. I don't know. They are mentally sick, so I don't know what they think. But they think that the death of Divine Feminine will make easy their life. And it will practically erase all the bad karma they're going through right now, which is practically a lie, because while the divine, the souls won't let Divine Feminine to die, but if they would manage to kill Divine Feminine, they won't change anything. Actually, their karma would be much worse. And unfortunately, these people did that and wants to do it in the future with other Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine. And that's when if you are motivated by your spirit guides or source, do please pray for it, that it would come on a light what these people are doing, so the police could stop them and put these people behind bars so they won't harm other people anymore, because this is really serious stuff. And some cases, these covenants are so doing well that they even have judges, police, and lawyers involved in this shit. And sometimes these powerful people don't go in this covenant because they know what's going on. They just go in for fun because of sex or because of money, because of the networking. They can see other important people are involved. And when they start seeing these sacrifices, well, if they freak out, usually it's too late, because they are blackmailing any kind of, with force, they try to keep them in this covenant. The police needs to know about this. And we light workers and light beings, we need to pray for more and more law enforcement people, investigators, procurors, judges, lawyers, and police who will do their job well and who will listen to these signs and find these horrible criminals and destroy their covenant or society. So this Luciferian movement would be destroyed on this earth. And we need to pray for this. We need to ask Source, Universe, and God, because without this, we're going through so many hardships already. We don't need this on plus. On top of that, the problem with these people, their favorite things to sacrifice divine people to, you know, because if they do karmic people, sacrifice karmic people, their energy, their blood is not that powerful. And the police needs to understand that also, how they choose their victims. This is really disgusting. Well, in certain countries, some part of the police works with mediums, work with certain advisors who are at home in occultism, and then the police is really wise. They're asking out the advice of these occult advisors when there is a ritual murder, so they can advance with their investigations quite well. But unfortunately, most of the countries, Western countries, police is laughing on situation like that, and they think they don't need any help like that. But when they involve occult people on a light side who understand what's going on, that could help their investigation a lot. I hope in the future this will change, because unfortunately these occult practices are getting more and more, how shall I put this, people using them more and more, and you just don't even think. Even Christians, they go home from church and they start their occult practice at home. This is really disgusting, and there is more and more of this. So when we talk about sacrifice and dark rituals, don't think about Africa, don't think about India, because it's not just there, where it's present, but in Western countries, in Europe, in the US also, and you know, in US it's there. In every modern Western country, it's more and more present, but it's a taboo. People do not want to talk about it, and it's a wrong thing, because when we don't talk about it, that means these people can continue thriving in secret. Because when something is taboo, usually people are afraid about it. And when they are afraid, they're afraid because it's unknown. So if people have a knowledge about it, they can avoid many situations, or they can even recognize when they invite it in this group that, well, if they organize an orgy like that, there is something behind that. Or they offer so much money to do something, there must be something behind. So don't be idiot when somebody offers you sex, power, money like that. They usually want to trap you into something that is illegal. And I don't understand why somebody intelligent can't have an awareness about this. And people should learn about this. Because today in the Western country, they don't think it exists. They think, oh, it's fun. It's just like an exchangeist party or whatever. And after you get involved in a shit like that, and you can't get out never again. So this is a really dangerous shit. And I wish people would understand. And there are more and more books are coming out about this situation, and hopefully people will take their time to read it, or at least have a knowledge about it. So the download what I got is in this community, as I described this case, that this person with the dog who walked to find this body in a forest, and police did not do anything about it. They found the body, but they the investigation led to nothing, because one of the policemen was paid to shut everything up. And because with this police station there is lots of problems, so now the higher authorities doing a kind of investigation. I don't know why I have to talk about this. Maybe this person who's doing the investigation is watching my tarot channel, or I don't know. But they need to know about what's going on really behind this death case. Actually, there is much more than one. And this community is really fishy. Lots of people is involved in this community. Some of them enjoying it. Some of them, unfortunately, forcefully got involved, and they wish they could get out. And the police should know about this and stop these people, because they don't stop sacrificing people. When they can't manage to get a person, a human being, they do animals. While when they do animal sacrifice, well, it's not a good thing, but it's not an illegal thing in most of the country, because well, 85–90% of humanity are eating meat. So they, well, it's not a sin killing an animal really. But when it comes to human, the justice system should step in and stop these people, because this is not human. This is not human. This is crime. This is serious crime, and this is against the law, against humanity, against the democracy. And these people are this enemy of the state, enemy of the law system, enemy of the humanity, and they should be behind bars until they can work in secret and they think they can get away with all this shit. They will continue, and there is more and more people will die. And you, if you listen to me, you are police, you are judge, you are procurer, investigator. It's your responsibility to protect the innocent people and innocent children who might be sacrificed in the future by these shitty people. And I really wish, and I ask universe to give you the wisdom so you could see all the proofs, find all the proofs, and have the wisdom to find everything that will give you the power to put these people behind bars. I hope really this message is for somebody, because it's really a heavy energy, and I don't understand why did I get this. And today is new moon, and this is really heavy, but I have to put on. You need to understand that for these people, blood has a really important spiritual power. And this is very sick, very, very sick, but unfortunately it exists. And the police should understand that. Anyway, this is shortly the message, and I'm just asking you, divine feminine, divine masculine, if you had problem with occult people during your dark night of the soul, you should have an awareness. I'm talking about awareness, because I do not want you to be afraid. I do not want you to imagine things with your mind and create something horroristic that should never ever happen to you. But if you had some problem with people like that, you need to be aware, okay? Because if you are aware, you can avoid many attacks. These people might want to send on you, okay? Thank you very much. And yeah, continue, divine feminine, divine masculine. Continue with your protection. Keep on praying, meditating, doing protection rituals, spiritual bath, saging. Make sure that your house is secure. Put cameras everywhere. And make sure that your front door is very well locked. And of course, trust universe, trust force, source and God, that they will protect you. And you need to understand, sometimes your spirit team use 3D people lawyers, judges, or police to protect you. Okay, so be open for that also. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye bye.